The eyes are the windows to the soul. We've heard this phrase before, and recent research is giving this saying a whole new meaning. Studies are showing that a routine eye exam can detect a wide range of systemic diseases that may go otherwise undetected, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, the eye is the only place in the body where, without surgery, doctors can look into the eyes and see veins, arteries, and blood vessels, giving them an inside look at a patient's general health. Join us as we take a look at the latest eye care solutions and get ready to see things a bit more clearly. Access Health starts right now. Okay, everybody, I have a confession to make. Here it is. I'm really happy that we're talking about eye health today because I happen to be blind as a bat, and yes, I happen to wear glasses most of the time. But no matter how good or bad your eyes happen to be, experts say there's a new eye problem that affects nearly, listen to this, 70% of adults. And why so many? Well, it all has to do with technology. So here to tell us what it is and how to fix it is Vanita Easton from Carl Zeiss Vision and Dr. Kaplan, Doctor of Optometry. Welcome, I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's jump right in because it's important. Doctor, what is this condition and what are its causes?
Well, digital eye strain is a condition that's basically caused by interaction with technology. The symptoms that patients begin to experience are red eyes, dry eyes, headache, fatigue, and disruption to normal sleep patterns. Now, specifically, the reason that this happens is that we're moving our working distance closer. We normally would read at 18 to 16 inches. Now with our digital devices, we're working at 8 to 10 inches. That creates a lot of demand for our focusing muscles, and like any other muscle, it's going to fatigue. And when it fatigues, it's going to cause headaches. It's going to cause general distress to the visual system. When you concentrate on anything up close, your blink rate goes down. When your blink rate goes down, your eyes dry out, they become irritated and red at the end of the day.
It seems to affect our sleep patterns as well.
Absolutely. One of the most interesting facets of this is the blue light emitted by the displays on all of these digital devices disrupts the normal melatonin production in the brain. So it's important, I think, for parents to monitor their kids' usage of these devices couple hours beforehand so that the kids can get a good night's sleep.
And to practice what they preach, because I know I do not do that. It seems as if our technology is taking over our lives and also taking over our eyes. What can we do as far as maybe lifestyle changes, just common sense things that we can do to sort of get some relief from digital eye strain?
Well, the first thing you want to do is remember to take frequent breaks. There's an old 20-20 adage, every 20 minutes take a 20-second break. You want to make sure that you're blinking, and that's a conscious effort as you're working up close. And then there's a wide variety of optical solutions to help minimize these effects.
Oh, that's good because we're glad to have you here, Vanita. You do work for Zeiss.
I do.
I know I wear glasses, obviously. So for those of us who do wear glasses, there's a real solution that a lot of people don't know about.
And that's really true. The issue is digital eye strain is real and people don't associate it with something that they can control. They think it's just a natural consequence of what they do with their eyes. And companies like Zeiss are on the forefront of really understanding human behavior and being able to create solutions that take into account what you do on a daily basis. And so yes, there are eyeglasses out there that can help you see and feel better. And within the Zeiss technology, we have something called digital inside technology that we've integrated into our eyeglasses. And what it does is it helps you to do what you naturally do, but feel and see better at the same time.
Now, for those who don't know who Carl Zeiss is, who Zeiss is, they are really worldwide leaders in this industry, but not just for eyeglass wear.
Exactly. They have a history of optics dating back to the 1800s. And when you think of Zeiss, we are in almost every technology that requires precision optics. So for example, 2/3 of microsurgeons use Zeiss equipment.
So cool.
When you think of the professional film industry, many of the Academy Award winning films that you see today were shot with the Zeiss lens. We even go into Nobel Prize winners. Many of them, and there's over 20 of them, have actually used Zeiss microscopes to help them with their breakthrough.
So talk to me. You were very specific. You went in and got my vision specs, and you created these specifically for me. What should people be considering when they are looking for lenses to treat certain vision problems or digital eye strain?
Not all lenses are created equal. There's a wide range of performance and quality, and you really don't want to get the cheapest lenses.
I can see there's sort of like a blueness in here. Does this have to do with sort of filtering that blue light?
Well, what we designed for you is a lens called Zeiss Drive Safe, and they are designed for 2/3 of the patients that express concern about driving in low light conditions. And in that situation, low light, rain, night, or even with the glare that's oncoming from traffic. So we've put technology in those lenses to help you see better and feel better when you're driving, to not be as anxious.
Well, let me tell you something, Vanita. I've worn glasses for now, I was calculating 16 years. I've worn these for 4 months and immediately felt the difference. I had a lot of anxiety driving at night. I have 2 small kids. It's just not acceptable.
Exactly.
The glare from I just couldn't see the light, the fuzz, the aura, all of that. No more. Now I see crisp, clear, and what I love most, they're so lightweight. They're beautiful lenses. I thank you so much for them.
Beautiful on you.
So, doctor, before we go, any last words of wisdom?
Yes, I would say if you're using a digital device for more than 2 hours a day, make sure you convey that information to your doctor so they can come up with an appropriate optical solution.
Your eyes are important. And Vanita, where can we go for more information?
You can go to zeiss.com/eyeglass lenses to learn all about the solutions that we have and find a Zeiss certified eye care professional that can help you.
Well, I love mine. I am not giving them up. And you can also log on to accesshealth.tv for more information. Raise your hand if you wear contact lenses. Okay, now raise your hand if you think you do a pretty good job of keeping your lenses clean. You may want to go ahead and put your hand down, because listen to this. According to the CDC, 99% of contact lens users have at least one bad hygiene habit, putting them at risk for a serious eye infection. So first of all, what are we doing wrong when it comes to cleaning our contact lenses? Dr. April Jasper has seen it all.
There are many things that we can do better when we care for our lenses. One of the interesting things that we hear all the time, people are away from their solution and they will actually rinse their lenses in tap water, which is a big no-no. And they'll take their contacts and put them in their mouth and think that that's okay as well. But the reality is it's not. It's super important that we do things in a particular way. One of the most important things, wash your hands. And it's important to wash your hands with soap and water and use a lint-free towel to dry your hands before putting your lenses in or taking your lenses out. The second thing we find is that sometimes patients double dip. So they'll reuse their solution and put their lenses in solution one night, take them out, wear the lenses, and then use that same solution a second time, which can be very dangerous as well. And then the third thing, if we can look at that, is just to make sure that you're very careful to avoid swimming and showering in your contact lenses.
And though we may joke about our silly habits, bad contact lens hygiene is no laughing matter. Dr. Jasper explains some of the consequences.
And as a result of poor contact lens hygiene, one of the things we find, and probably one of the most serious, are eye infections. And I can tell you nearly 1 million patients a year are diagnosed with eye infections as a result of poor contact lens hygiene. That's definitely something we can fix. It's avoidable.
I bet a lot of people who have eye discomfort are blaming their contact lenses, when in reality, it could be how we're taking care of our lenses. And when it comes to contact lens discomfort, the solution may literally be the solution.
All contact lens solutions are not created equal. Most importantly, there's 2 different kinds: multi-purpose solutions and hydrogen peroxide solutions. Multi-purpose solutions seem convenient. However, most people that use them do not use them correctly, which could put them at risk for serious eye infections. The other challenge with multi-purpose solutions is that they have preservatives in them, which some patients can be sensitive to. Today's hydrogen peroxide solutions are highly effective at cleaning and disinfecting, and they're very simple to use. And they don't have those preservatives in them that some patients are sensitive to. Plus, as you can see from the bubbles, you can actually see it working.
Okay, so how do we know if our solution is actually disinfecting our lenses? And do some solutions disinfect better than others? Let's take a look.
The ClearCare brand is the #1 recommended peroxide solution by eye doctors, but ClearCare Plus is the next level of lens care. So what you'll do is you'll take your contact lenses, you'll open the basket, just like so. You'll place the lens in the basket, both lenses. Then you take the solution and you rinse the lenses for 5 seconds. You then fill the cup to the line with the solution, and the solution, as you see here that we're using, the peroxide solution, once you start to see the bubbles after you place the lens in the basket and into the cup, those bubbles are that hydrogen peroxide system killing germs and bacteria. They kill 99.9% of those germs, even the very difficult ones. The bubbles are loosening that dirt, disinfecting the lens, and removing the proteins as it works. You leave it to soak for a minimum of 6 hours, and then when you take the lenses out, after that, the solution that's left is a gentle, preservative-free saline that's more like your tears than most multi-purpose solutions.
How much difference do properly cleaned lenses make? The proof is right before your eyes.
Patients can develop irritation on the eye due to a variety of reasons, including not cleaning their lenses properly, or from some preservatives in a solution being soaked up by the contact lens like a sponge, and then being released on the eye. If serious enough, these irritated areas could lead to a serious eye infection. We can see these irritated areas in the office by putting a special dye in the eye which makes them show up bright green. This is called corneal staining. You can see there is less staining on the eye when the patient wore a lens cleaned with peroxide solution than with a multi-purpose solution. Less staining means the solution is more compatible with your eye. When a patient comes in with contact lens discomfort or eye discomfort that is related to their contact lenses, one of my recommendations for them is to use a solution that is going to provide long-lasting comfort. ClearCare Plus is a peroxide-based solution with Hydroglide, which is a molecule that reconditions soft contact lenses to provide moisture all day long and create better comfort towards the end of the day.
For more info about healthy contact lens hygiene, visit clearcaresolution.com or just log on to accesshealth.tv.
Carrots aren't the only vegetable that's good for your eyes. Studies show that garden peas have a vitamin called lutein, which is an antioxidant nutrient that helps keep the cells in your eyes healthy. Up next, a dairy-free solution so you can eat your peas and smoothies too, in the same glass. The American love affair with dairy milk goes back as far as we can remember. But that was then, and this is now. Today, well over a dozen countries rank above America in the world order of dairy milk consumption. In fact, America per capita consumption has declined steadily for the past 25 years. The increase in lactose intolerance may have something to do with that, but what is certain is that Americans are looking for lactose-free alternatives more than ever before. One great new option is sitting here right before me, and here to explain is registered dietitian Desiree Nielsen. Welcome, Desiree.
Thank you, Erica.
So it's true, there really is this huge push away from milk. Can you talk about this milk alternative movement?
I think lactose intolerance was really the spark because a lot of Americans deal with lactose intolerance on a daily basis, in addition to dairy allergy and intolerance. But I think what's really interesting for me as a dietitian is that I'm seeing this move away from animal-based diets for reasons of health, food quality and safety, and sustainability, and towards a plant-based diet.
So tell us what exactly is a plant-based diet and what are the benefits?
Well, for me, at its best, a plant-based diet is all about whole foods. So yes, the fruits and the veggies, but also whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. You know, I think people don't think about those other alternatives in their daily diet. And the power of putting more plants on your plate is enormous, you know. protects your heart, it helps you lower cholesterol, keep your blood pressure stable. For diabetes management, it helps to keep your blood sugars balanced, particularly when you're shifting to whole foods.
Something really exciting. I know Global Gardens has come up with the very first vegetable-based milk. I have to ask you though, we've got lots of options. We've got coconut, we've got almond. Do we really need another milk alternative?
You know, I think we do, and I see it in my practice all the time because I do a lot of work with people with digestive health issues, allergy and intolerance, so people not doing dairy, people who choose not to do or can't do soy because of allergy issues, and the same thing with nuts. And what I think is really spectacular about Vegemo is that it's an allergen-friendly option that's made entirely from vegetables.
So it's called Vegemo. We know it's vegetable-based, but what exactly is in it?
Well, it's 3 vegetables at its heart. So potato and tapioca from cassava root give it the smoothness, the creaminess, the mouthfeel of milk, which is really important for people, especially when they're first transitioning over from dairy milk. But the star ingredient is really pea protein. So if you're a health foodie, you know all about pea protein because it's easily digestible, it's allergen friendly, and it contains all the essential amino acids. But for me, what's really cool about pea protein is that it's sustainable. So the UN actually declared this the International Year of the Pulse, and peas are a pulse crop. And the reason why they did that is because it's nutritious, they're economical and affordable for everyone, but also when you plant pulses, you give back to the earth. They're what we call nitrogen fixers. So they help fix nitrogen for the soil, so every time you plant a pulse crop, you make the soil healthier and healthier for years to come.
I'm just impressed that it tastes so much like milk. It has that consistency of milk, which I don't get in the other alternatives. But I have to ask you, how does it stack up to milk when it comes to the nutrients?
Well, and there's really great news here because for people who are used to drinking non-fat milk, the calorie content and the natural sugars content is roughly equivalent to non-fat milk. It has the calcium, the vitamin D you'd expect, and actually more vitamin B12, which if you're totally plant-based is really important.
We should emphasize that because if you're plant-based, you get virtually no vitamin B. You have to take a vitamin for that.
It's the one thing that you absolutely have to supplement on a totally vegan plant-based diet, and you get it in a glass of Vegemo.
Incredible. And as far as allergens are concerned?
I think what's really special about Vegemo is both what's in it, but what's also not in it. And so there is no dairy, there's no lactose, it's free of soy, it's made without nuts, it's vegan, kosher, and for people, as we're talking more and more about genetically modified organisms, it's totally GMO free.
So I understand the Vegemo is brand new to North America, and I hear it's doing really well.
It's so fun to watch the response because it is brand new, and already in Canada it won one of the top 10 new grocery innovations. And recently here in the US, we see at the latest natural products show, it was one of the top 3 new beverages in the show, and Veg News magazine actually named it the top new vegan product at the show.
So we've got original, unsweetened, and vanilla. I believe that I'm drinking the original. It's fabulous.
You're drinking the original, and one of the great things is that it's delicious in the glass, but it's also what you can do with it. We found that when vegetarian chefs were working with Vegemo, you can actually use it one-to-one in recipes. So whatever you're making, it behaves exactly like milk would, which you can't always say with some of the other alternatives.
So you don't need anything else.
You don't need
just drink
anything
Vegemo.
else. From drinking to baking to even frothing it up for a latte if you love lattes.
Where can we get this?
Well, you can find it now online at Amazon and eBay, and this is actually a sneak peek for everyone, so it's going to be on the store shelves soon.
Thank you so much, Desiree, for joining us. And you can head to accesshealth.tv for all of this great information. It's so good. I keep drinking the whole thing.
Food allergies are on the rise, especially for children, but no one knows exactly why that's happening. The latest numbers find that food allergies affect an estimated 4 to 6% of children in the U.S. And yes, they can be severe and life-threatening. So awareness is key. Returning to the show with lots of information is Michelle Casalia of the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. Welcome back to the show, Michelle. Always good to have you here.
It's awesome to be here.
What are some of the most common food allergens?
The top 8 food allergens are tree nuts, peanuts, shellfish, fish, eggs, wheat, soy, and milk. Luckily, it's been made a little easier because the food companies have to label the top 8 allergens.
They're required to do so.
Yes, they're required to do so. But even then, it's still tricky because sometimes there are hidden names or other names for the top 8 allergens. For example, milk can also be casein. But you can go to the Kids with Food Allergy website and you can find information as far as the hidden names or other names for these allergens. We even have travel cards that you could download and take with you when you're traveling out and about.
That's great news, and that's the kidswithfoodallergies.org. And of course, you can also go to our website, accesshealth.tv. Michelle, thank you so much for coming us such good information.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's good.